All right, and we're live.
We're live.
Oh, well, not like a live show, but we're live for the podcast. I'm doing the intro. I'm just stealing the intro.
Do it.
We did the Bahrain Grand Prix.
The banh mi is like
We just had ramen, but not banh mi. The Bahrain Grand Prix happened earlier today. I'm gonna do like a 1 minute recap. Oscar Piastri won the race. Okay.
Oh, that's it. That's the whole recap.
Yeah. No, a lot happened, and we'll dive into it. But first, we should crown you the fantasy champion for the week. So I am placing a crown on top of Katrin's head.
Thank you. Please bow down.
What's your royal decree?
You lowly plebeians. I am the winner. I would have never thought I'd be here after my first 2 weeks.
No, you've come a long way.
To be fair, we didn't crown you last week. I think you won.
I did, but
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I didn't think.
You get the crown.
Yeah. So as part of my royal decree,
oh gosh,
my prediction for the 2025 Drivers World Champion is... I need like trumpets.
Yeah. No, I'll do the trumpet. I don't know how that's gonna come out, but
it's okay.
I make it more official.
Oscar Piastri.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my bold prediction after this one.
I don't know if it's bold though.
Okay. I mean, I don't think people genuinely think he's gonna win it though.
I do.
Oh, like the whole thing, the whole shebang.
Yeah. All right. Let's just get into the McLaren talk because they're the best team right now. They're the two best drivers.
Yeah.
So let's just get into McLaren and Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. I think Oscar Piastri is in the better form right now.
Mm-hmm.
But Lando Norris, I think, will be the better driver over the course of a whole season.
I don't think
he's
so.
just he's just had a bad 2 races. It's half the season. He's still in the lead for the Drivers' Championship.
Fair.
Oscar has the momentum for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But Lando's gonna figure it out. I think last year was a growing moment for him. He can operate under pressure. But who knows? Like, is this the new Oscar? Like, that is just consistently better than Lando? I don't know. But you seem to think he is.
I don't know. It seems like Lando is still making quite a few small, kind of tiny mistakes that I'm not seeing Oscar make. Oscar just feels very clean, very calm, cool, collected. I think Lando's a little bit more emotional. If he gets frustrated with himself, he's prone to more mistakes. I think he's grown a lot. And I don't know. I shouldn't say this because I like Lando as well, but I was actually a big fan of Lando last year.
Yeah.
But Oscar's grown on me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he seems like a world drivers champion to me. That's all.
Yeah. And McLaren is why you were wearing the crown.
Because
you had Oscar Piastri as your number one driver.
2-time. I think he got me 90 points,
the
which is almost
DRS
half.
Boost on him. No mechanical errors on your DRS boost. There were, if you watch the race, there were mechanical errors with all over the race. We could list them. The pit stop lights weren't working. The DRS wasn't working. Russell's steering wheel wasn't working.
His transponder wasn't working. So all of a sudden, he was in second place, but it looked like he dropped down to 20.
Yeah.
People were having heart attacks online because they thought he'd crashed somehow.
Yeah. It was a lot of technical issues. I have no clue why, but yeah, McLaren. And then any other standouts on your fantasy team?
No. I mean, I had Piastri, Albon, Hadjar, Doohan, Behrman, McLaren, Haas. Haas has actually got me 40 points as a constructor.
Really good.
That's really not bad.
Then, total or this last race?
Well, this last race, yeah.
Wow, yeah. 40 points.
Because I just shifted to Haas. Behrman scored 22 points.
Well,
he started last.
We'll get there. Yeah.
And ended 10th.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But given Oscar Piastri scored me a total of 90 points and McLaren scored me a total of 92. So that is largely where my points are coming from.
Yeah.
But it to be started from the bottom, now I'm here, you know what I mean? But it's because I had to use that chip so badly.
Yeah. And now you're right back in it.
Right. So starting, wow, this is a real real underdog story, you know? I think everyone needs to be rooting for me. I started with 2 points in the first race, and now I scored 266. Thank you. Thank you. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, you nailed it. Like, you had the best strategy. You saw value in Haas as well.
Yeah.
Um, you
Do
know,
you want me to tell the people where you scored?
yeah, sure. I mean, it's not embarrassing, but go ahead.
7th.
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 Yeah, it's
No,
not bad.
nothing's embarrassing now compared to how I started this whole thing.
And then
So,
and yeah, it's because I had Max,
yeah.
and obviously I put a lot in the Racing Bulls as well,
Yeah, and you had Hulkenberg.
and Hulkenberg, who got
Disqualified
disqualified.
for the plank thing
Right,
again.
right. So everything went wrong for me this week, and I, still pulled out at least 100 points. So
159.
yeah. So
The league is starting to get pretty competitive,
if
I'll
that's
say.
yeah, if that's like a bad week for me, I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, you're still smart. You're hedging your bets. You have got McLaren in there.
Yeah,
So you still got 92 points from that. Just
that's
Hulkenberg
yeah.
did take quite a way. Like, he 20 points taken
Hmm.
away. You would have gotten 179. Would have put you up a little higher, but yeah, it would have
Nice.
put you in 5th, actually.
So far the podcast has won 2 in a row, either you or me.
Yeah, you're right. You're
So
right. So everybody else,
step up.
got to step it up.
I don't think they're
To
up
be
for it.
fair, our second this week was I don't know. I saw a few YouTube videos, so apparently these
Okay.
YouTube videos are doing them quite well.
Yeah.
But to be fair, seem pretty similar to mine. So
Um,
I don't know if that was on purpose,
but
but
you can't see the teams
we
until
posted them
oh
like two
before they're
seconds
locked.
before
Oh,
quali.
so they didn't see that.
No.
Nice. Okay. Um, let's just get into booms and busts because I think that'll lead to some other stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Go with boom first. I have mine if you have yours.
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay, you mentioned him earlier. I'm gonna go
Okay,
Ollie Behrman.
that's what I was gonna say.
Go to 2210, in the Haas, which seems like a decent car. Uh, not to get driver of the day. Lewis Hamilton got driver of the day. Like, sure, he didn't have a bad race, but these
Yeah,
driver of the days, which are fan voted
yeah,
awards, they're virtually a joke at this point.
yeah.
They make no sense. Yuki Tsunoda, and then who was the other driver that got it?
Kimmy Antonelli
Kimmy, for
for like
some
no
reason.
reason.
Yeah, and even he was like in the car saying like, "Oh, what really?"
Yeah,
Like,
Toto was like, "It's your fan girls" or whatever.
yeah. So they make no sense.
No.
Honorable mention to Piastri. It's
Sure.
almost like whenever you have such a clean race at the front, like when Max was doing it, you're not gonna get driver of the day.
Oh gosh,
No
no.
one's gonna notice you for doing everything right, and he did everything right this week. But Oliver Behrman for sure was a standout.
Wow, the full English name.
Yeah,
Oliver Behrman.
yeah, Ollie Behrman, sure.
It's
Oliver,
very
what is it?
formal. Yeah, it's Oliver.
Okay,
That's I think who I was initially gonna say
you gonna try to choose
though.
someone new?
Yeah. I do think I want to give a shout out to Pierre Gasly.
Oh yeah, of course.
Given, I mean, he ended a lot lower than he started. He ended in 7th, but still, Doohan ended 14th. So
Yeah,
I think Gasly did something pretty incredible with that car this
yeah,
week, and that should be recognized. So
nice. Yeah,
shout
agreed.
out Pierre. Shout
Okay,
out Pierre. Um, okay,
busts.
busts.
I have one, and it's kind of one you're probably not thinking of.
Oh, really? Okay, go for
I
it.
know who you're thinking of, but
Do you know?
mine is a team.
Okay.
It's Aston Martin
Oh,
because
yeah.
where are they?
I don't know. I
What
don't
they
know.
do they exist anymore?
No clue.
They get no coverage on the TV. They're not even like hinting at a good strategy up in the top in the points.
No.
Fernando Alonso, obviously Stroll's non-existent, so they're half a team.
Yeah.
And when you have Williams up there, you have Alpine up there, you have Haas up there. Everybody else is managing to get like one driver up there, at least in one part of the race, and
Mhm.
then and we kind of expect the kicks to be bottom of the barrel, but then for Aston Martin to just be non-existent,
Yeah.
like what's going on?
I mean, they're supposed to be top 5.
They've completely given up on this whole season.
Which is insane because, like, do they the amount of money that is in that team.
No, it's pathetic. Like to be
Whoa.
a to be a
Listen up, Lawrence Stroll. You're
yeah,
pathetic.
he is. Think about it. He's thrown this much money at a
Yeah.
team to do this result.
Because he's unwilling to have someone else be in Stroll's seat.
To have a serious driver.
Yeah.
You're not a serious team. You're
You're
not
not
serious
serious
people. You're just not,
No.
no one
But
respects you.
Alonso is.
Alonso
I
is.
love
He's the saving
Alonso
grace.
so much, and he deserves so much better.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, is he really just, like, kind of in his retirement era collecting a check? Like, is that what he's doing with this?
He might. I'm not gonna speak for him,
Sure.
but he might be playing the whole Stroll family of, like,
I hope so.
and he's just laughing and,
Laughing
not
his way to the
smiling
bank, right.
smiling and waving and collecting his paycheck that
Right.
will create generational wealth for him.
Sure.
So who knows? Like, why not?
Yeah.
But I think he is a serious competitor. I do think he's trying to win a race again, let alone a championship in 2026.
Good luck.
So, yeah, that's my bust. I think they're pathetic was the word.
Yeah. Who did you think I was gonna say for mine?
You're gonna say Liam Lawson.
Oh no, I'm not actually.
Really?
I mean, he did bad, but, like, at this point, like, that's
Yeah.
not even a bust because I don't expect him to do well.
Yeah. Or the car didn't look that good.
Yeah.
Because Hadjar wasn't able to perform and they
Yeah.
botched strategy as well. So, like,
Yeah, what happened there?
they pitted too early and then too late and then safety car.
Yeah, didn't they bring Hadjar in on, like, lap 7?
Yes. Yes.
Why? Why?
So he went. So the strategy I think was Hadjar pitting really early.
Yeah.
Then he went really long on the mediums.
Yeah.
And then he pitted for the mediums, and then shortly after pitting, they had the yellow flag.
So we ended up doing a 3-stop.
Right.
Oh.
But he barely got any life out of that about to be third stint.
Right. Well, and I guess why I just don't understand why they switched the softs so soon because it seems like they did okay on those longer runs. Like
Yeah.
Russell at the end was on those softs for what 25 laps.
Yeah.
So I mean they just maybe didn't have the data, but that seems so
Yeah.
quick to just be like, yeah, no, we're
So yeah,
ditching
we
these.
can discount them for being a
Yeah.
bust. But who did you have?
It's hard to say this is a bust because I don't think it's his fault. Carlos Sainz.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, like, results wise, yes, that's a bust.
Because he was actually he could have been a boom, like, if he had even finished in the points, I
Yeah.
think. Finally seeing him in Q3 was, like, incredible, like, seeing him doing quite well. Being pretty aggressive, driving-wise, for sure, and obviously I think that ended up costing him. I mean, I don't think it was anybody's faults, like, these little tiffs with Yuki or whatever. I
Yeah.
think they were racing incidents.
Yeah, I mean, Yuki, I think, got some penalties for them.
Did he
but
really?
Yeah.
That's kinda harsh.
So,
Yeah,
unlucky.
Yuki getting a penalty for that, but George's DRS not
unlucky,
getting a penalty?
but was he in the points anyway? Like, what a
Who? Carlos?
Sainz.
He was.
Oh, okay.
Right? He was up there.
Maybe 10th.
He was
maybe, yeah.
getting there. Anyway.
But yeah.
So that was really sad because it was like I finally got a shred of like there he is, there's my boy, and then oh, there's
Yeah.
my boy.
Yeah.
That was sad. Did Yuki get a 10-second penalty for that?
I don't know. There were a lot of penalties being
There
handed.
were a lot of
handed out.
penalties, a lot of questionable things going on. Wait, not even to mention the questionable qualifying. Do you want to say anything
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, kind of wild. Kind of.
Well, tell the people what happened.
Yeah, so Hulkenberg got through on the timing charts.
Yep.
To Q2, qualifying 2.
He was
So
15th, right?
Five cars already got eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were well into Q2, maybe 2 or 3 minutes left of Q2, and Hulkenberg's time got deleted.
We were in Q1, Q3, Q3.
Q3.
We had made it to Q3.
Yeah, so that's how late we are. And then Hulkenberg's time got deleted. So that would have bumped, he would have then been like 17th.
Right.
And
Albon.
Albon was 16th, would have been into Q2, and could have gotten into Q3.
Right.
So Albon missed out.
He didn't get to be in Q2 when he should
on
have been.
a whole set of running.
Yeah.
Which is just weird. Almost like
at that point,
they said it on the broadcast.
Yeah.
You just leave it. You
Right,
you don't even
right.
don't even say anything. Like,
Right.
yeah, he got by, but just don't delete the lap time and and just move on rather than
Right.
well, I don't see what the point is. So it just really confusing things coming out of the FIA. Um,
All weekend, because like I said earlier, Yuki getting, I don't know, I guess I didn't see it that much, but it didn't seem like, I think at one point Carlos ran Yuki off, or was
hmm
it Max? I don't know. Um,
No, it's Yuki.
and then, they made contact at certain turns. It was like very contentious, but to me looked like a racing incident. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know, I didn't look at it too hard. But arguably I think people were saying it could have been Carlos's fault, like, so for that to get a really harsh penalty, and then George Russell not end with anything whatsoever for some
yeah.
accidental DRS. I mean, I know.
I read that he slowed down. So
Oh,
he
okay.
saw that the DRS was open and he let off the gas.
Okay.
I don't know if he hit the brakes, but he let up is what he
Okay.
said. So that like it was
Kind
for
of
sure
canceling
he
itself
was
out.
for sure making that he didn't get an advantage. And they
Okay.
looked at the data and saw that he completely let off the gas pedal.
All
So
right.
that when his DRS accidentally opened, because I was mad about that, right? I was
Right,
like, okay,
right.
if your DRS opens, you can't just like call it an accident.
Yeah, it's
And
like, what precedent is that setting,
right.
Like,
So
oops.
it's almost like one of those incidents where if you pass them out of track limits and you give the place back,
Mhm.
FIA just does nothing because it's like no
Right.
harm no foul. So it was a no harm no foul kind of thing um for there. But
Do we want to like have a little education moment for some new listeners who may not be super familiar with F1, as far
about
as
which
like
one?
what is DRS and why is that so
Yeah.
important?
So DRS, because these cars have gotten so massive.
It stands for drag reduction system.
Yeah. So because these cars are so massive and it's so hard for them to naturally pass on the track
Mhm.
because they're not the size of go-karts anymore.
Oh, they're not?
They need a little help passing people. So in certain straights on in certain circuits, the back flap of the wing of the car opens up, and now you don't have the drag of the wing,
Mhm.
which normally the drag of the wing is helps you stick to the ground
Downforce.
as you turn. So you get it on the turn, but
You
you don't.
want it on the turns because it helps you stick to the track, as
Yeah,
opposed to like, like hydroplaning in a
but
weird
you
way,
don't get it on the straights. And you only get this advantage where your flap opens in the back if you're within 1 second of the car in front of you.
So it's basically like the idea behind it is like, when you're on a long road trip and your dad would always want to be behind the big truck
Yeah.
because you would save gas
Well, yeah, it's
mileage.
all wind stuff.
Right,
Yeah.
right, because then you don't have to put as much like gas
Yeah.
or energy into the car because there's no wind
Yeah.
coming at you, right? So it's kind of a similar idea.
So yeah, so then let's say you're within a second of the car in front of you. The car in front of you doesn't have the DRS flap open. You do. You're now more likely to pass or more
And
likely able to pass them. And that just creates more overtaking and a more exciting race.
what is the advantage there, like seconds wise, with a DRS?
Oh, it depends on the straightaway. And
Yeah.
they constantly change which straights have DRS or how long the DRS
Right,
is,
right.
their DRS zones. They're constantly modifying it to make it the most interesting
In
race.
in Bahrain, for example, there were 3
Three.
DRS zones, which is a
I
lot.
don't even know, like some races like Monaco, do they even have a DRS zone? Like they try, but
Yeah,
it's
I don't
so
know. Probably
small,
one, but
it doesn't,
doesn't actually work or
do
do
much.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So yeah,
So
on to
that
next week.
was that. I feel like there was something else. Oh, I mean, at one point, I was very scared that Ferrari had messed up the strategy once again.
No, and oh yeah, I wanted to mention that they
Yeah,
nailed the strategy, and they were doing
somehow.
really well. Unless this like, and then the safety car came in at a horrible point.
Right, right.
They looked like they were like had great tire life. They were good, and then a safety car kind of ruined it. And
Mm.
so I think they would have had a better race if that safety car didn't come exactly when it did.
I mean, when I was watching that, and so what happened is the Ferraris came in, they were on medium tires,
hmm
and they went to another set of medium tires.
Yeah,
The reason that's like a terribly bad idea is that for every single race, you have to use at least two tire compounds.
two types of tires,
Two types of tires, right? Because
compounds. Yeah, they
inters,
call them compound. That's
but
lingo, but
right, but there's the soft, medium, and the hard.
yeah,
Basically it's as it sounds. Soft, you get the fastest, it runs out of life really quick. Medium is a good in between. Hard is goes for long distances but isn't very fast.
Hmm.
So to go, I guess the medium was looking the best on this track, but to go from medium to medium means that
You
they were
need to stop.
committing to a two-stop race, which means they knew they had to come in at least one more time to shift to a soft, to shift to a hard. So, I mean, there were some teams that were kind of seeing potentially about doing a one stop, though for
Yeah.
the most part, a two stop was what was expected.
Max kind of got bailed out with the
Yeah.
yellow car because he went
The yellow car?
the safety
Safety
car.
car.
It is yellow on the screen. But he went soft to hards, and then he
Yeah.
was hoping the hards would take him to the rest of the race.
Right.
Um, but it ended up not being a good tire, so he got bailed out by now being able to go on the mediums.
Hmm.
So the race could have been totally different. No one ran the hard tires yet, really, so we
Yeah.
didn't know how it was going to
They
perform
did
until race
bad.
day, and it was everybody was complaining about it.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton was
Lewis
complaining,
was like, these tires suck.
yeah, and
Like,
everybody was, yeah. So could have been a completely different race, but the medium looked like the best tire. That's all the strategy. And at one point,
yeah.
if you looked at the tire screen, it was really cool. It was like medium, soft, hard, medium, soft,
Yeah, it
hard
was
tire.
all
Like,
over the
yeah.
place, which
So
was
everybody was on
interesting to
offsetting
see.
strategies, which is what they want. They
Right,
want
right.
different strategies. They don't want.
So, yeah, this was a fun one in the sense of like it was a strategy game
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Like the most strategy wise that I think have has been in the season so
yes,
far of like everybody on kind of different wavelengths.
yeah,
Usually it's kind of like, oh, everyone's on the mediums and then they're on the soft,
yeah.
This week it was like which strategy's going to work, and somehow Ferrari did not end up with the clown nose on, but it seemed like
It
that
could
was going to
have.
be the way it was going to go
It
for a
could have,
second
but it
there,
wasn't.
but I think Red Bull is the one who has the clown nose on
Hey,
after their
Ma-
technical
Max finishing
difficulties.
7th with that result is great. You take that.
I mean,
You take that.
are you really saying Max getting 7th is like okay?
With how bad they looked, yeah,
I mean, talk about technical issues at their pit stop.
yeah,
That was crazy.
yeah.
It was some wiring was off that apparently automatically when the tires get put on, once that little thing gets taken away, it's automated that the light will go green to tell the driver that they can go.
Yeah,
For some reason that wasn't working, so they were just sitting there
yeah,
because they didn't get the green light to go, both Yuki and Max. Their stops were like 6 seconds. That's terrible.
yeah. I don't know if it would have made a difference, but
6 seconds. I mean that could. I mean, what was the gap between him and,
you know,
other people? I mean, it would have been what? More like 3 seconds, right?
Max was
But
able to pass Pierre on the final lap of the race, so it ended up. And I don't think he was going to catch someone in front of him.
no, he wasn't. It was Hamilton in front of him.
Right,
But Max ended 6th.
6th.
Yeah.
Right.
Not bad.
Yeah, he was in 7th,
Yeah.
and he
Past
was
Pierre at the
able
very
to.
left. We didn't even see it.
Yeah. No. So
That's
yeah,
so weird. All the weird
wouldn't have
technical
actually changed
difficulties.
anything, but yeah, I don't know if it was because the desert or anything.
Yeah, the sand, you think? I don't
Yeah.
know, but I mean, even just the way I heard it too about Russell's DRS is that he was gonna have to open the DRS manually. But then what he did, his whole car was just like on the fritz. I don't know what the heck was going on,
Mhm.
but he tried to hit the radio button and the DRS opened for some reason. Like imagine you just hit a button, it's like eject button, like he's just ejected from the car. Like that's the
Yeah.
same energy there.
No, I made the joke on the way getting groceries today. That
Oh yeah.
there's a radio button in our car. That said, open the DRS. No,
Ugh.
dad
So
joke.
weird, but I mean, honestly, should he get a boom? Russell?
No, he did good. You got second place.
I know. A
Oh,
boom.
boom! I was thinking bus. Yeah, no, yeah.
He
There's
did
a lot.
really
There was a lot of
well.
booms to go around. Basically, what I was getting at with the driver of the day, there was a lot of drivers of the day to
Yeah.
go around, and Lewis Hamilton did good, but not not the driver of the day. But
No, I know.
I mean, I'm sure
It's
he would
just
say that.
people like Lewis.
Yeah. Anyway, on to next week,
Yeah,
which is
I guess
in
so.
Saudi Arabia,
Saudi Arabia.
which was Ali Behrman's first race in a Ferrari last year.
Oh.
He was in place of Carlos Sainz for his appendix.
Oh, that's right.
So I might be looking to grab Ollie Behrman to bring this to fantasy because
Oh, that's a
it's
good
a track he's
point.
raced on before, and he's looking in good form, and he might be good value. So that's my Austin's hot pick is
Your
Ollie Behrman.
hot lap.
Yeah, my hot lap.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It doesn't quite work.
That's
but
my fantasy.
your fantasy hot lap. Your
Yeah.
fantasy hot.
You have anyone?
Well, I mean, just thinking about Saudi Arabia, so it is. I mean, it's a street circuit. I don't know if you want to say something about that. So it's technically our first street circuit of the season.
It's Saudi Arabia, and it's like in a park on the river, so the asphalt isn't. They don't drive on it often.
It's not like actually a street,
and it's newly paved, so it's not. It doesn't have the rough edges like a normal street circuit. So that's why I say it's a street circuit with asterisks.
So it's Jeddah. Is that a night race too?
Should be, yeah. Last year it wasn't at night.
We will see. And it is fast. It is very fast. So it's the second fastest track on the whole calendar. When we're thinking about people who do well in the high speed circus, I mean a circus. I was thinking of Ferrari.
You're Ferrari through and through.
Oh no! I just said circus. Freudian slip. High speed circuit.
It's been a long day.
And like historically, the Ferraris are good on high speed circuits. Though I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, they did well last year at Monza. This is not the same, but Monza is the fastest track of the calendar.
Yeah.
So,
they'll do good. I think so.
I hope so. So that maybe is mine. Maybe a Ferrari. Yeah. Maybe.
It's gonna be a tough sell, but
I feel
and I don't think you sold it too well. But
no, I didn't because I mean, I said circus. Like there is the doubt, the worry about my boys. But yeah, I mean that'll be fun. So that'll be the end of the triple header of
then we're off
races, and then we're off for a week, and then we'll be, I think, in Italy, not Monza.
Yeah,
Emilia Romagna. So that's that. Last,
right. I opened us. You close this out.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm still tripping over my high speed circus. Well, no, I was actually curious about who won last year in Saudi Arabia. Do you remember?
No.
I don't know either. So that's helpful. Yeah, it is a night race because it's going to be at 1 p.m. our time. So track time, that'll be 8 p.m. So that's always kind of fun. Lower temps, hopefully, but they're in the desert, so who is to say? And I can't figure out who won last year. Should I Google it really fast?
Okay.
Stall. 2024. You didn't say anything. You're supposed to stall.
I'm supposed to stall.
Oh, do you want to guess who won?
Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Checo got second.
Yeah.
And Charles got third.
Yeah.
So Oscar Piastri got fourth. I still think Oscar's gonna do well, no matter what.
Yeah.
He's kind of got the full force of my, I don't know, belief behind him. Yeah. That's right.
That's good.
Okay, so then that's where we'll be next week. Make sure to set up your lineups, make smart choices, and go fast.
Okay, king or queen.
And as my final royal decree, I say everybody in the
kingdom.
in my my royal kingdom known as the Formation Lap Fantasy League must
set their lineup.
I was gonna say everybody needs to like put Stroll onto their team so that I'm guaranteed to win again.
Why not?
And that is my royal decree. There you go. The lap has been formed forthwith. Nevertheless, hearsay.